makes you get up in the morning?
Coffee, lots of coffee.
Okay, so regarding your research, what is it exactly that you investigate?
So I look at the chemistry of the brain. I use a technique called magnetic resonance spectroscopy that allows us to look at the chemical fingerprint of a person's brain without actually having to go and take a tissue sample. So we can do it non-invasively and safely for patients. And I use that technique to look at patients who have persistent concussion symptoms. And we're trying to figure out what's altered in their brain chemistry and what underlies these persistent symptoms. I think whenever something clicks after a long time, a lot of the stuff that we work with, it takes some time to let it soak in. And so when you finally have that moment where something soaks in and you make that link, it's really satisfying. So I don't know if I have a specific instance in mind, but it's happened many times over the course of these last few years.
It's always fascinated me how the brain works and how something as simple as a concussion can completely change somebody's life course.
Yeah.
And as I sort of delve more and more into it, you sort of look at these crazy statistics that 60, 70, 80% of the prison population is brain injured. And, they've done all these sort of studies and how it changes so many things from the initial person that started the world. You bang him on the head a few times and he becomes something completely different.
Yeah.
I also found that it was very difficult to get any answers or any help from the regular medical system because they just don't know enough.
Yeah, and I think that kind of ties into the whole branch out mission, is to find these other alternatives to pharmaceutical approaches and give some credibility to them through high quality research. So hopefully they can come up with some more tailored solutions. Hopefully the work that I'm doing can contribute to that, and the work that you're doing can spread some awareness about it too. And I think another challenge with concussion is that we right now are at the point where we treat symptoms and we don't have a great way of treating the underlying neurobiological cause. So maybe if we can uncover some of this brain chemistry, we can start treating the root of the problem rather than just addressing symptoms and hoping that the root problem resolves itself.
Exercise was, I didn't want to get too literal because that sort of looks silly to have people jogging around. And I just wanted to sort of show the feeling that people get when they're just trying to get their head out.
Yeah.
They're trying to get into some sort of clearness because it's so heavy, and you can see it in their, when you talk to them, it's like the simplest things that to come out of their mouth. It's like, do you want to have a hot dog or a hamburger? It's like,
yeah,
I'll have a
just getting from point A to B.
Hamburger. Like, it's so slow for decisions that should be and were very, very, quick.
Accessibility is such an important side of all these protocols that we're developing. That's why I really hope that we find this protocol works for patients, that we do make it into an app that can be accessible. I think that's a really important side of research, is making it accessible for people.